Hi everybody. As INFJs, we often carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. We're always trying to make life meaningful, but we do this at the cost of our own happiness often. So today I want to talk about 7 things that I personally feel will transform your day-to-day life and bring a deeper sense of happiness as an INFJ. So if we haven't met before, welcome to my channel. I'm Trina. I'm an INFJ and I'm also autistic. I created this channel with hopes of helping people like myself feel seen, heard, and understood. INFJs and autistic INFJs hire me to help them heal their self-love through coaching, community, and classes. I guide them towards self-acceptance so that they can thrive in a world that doesn't feel like it's made for us. Often it doesn't feel like that. That is what I do. Welcome to my channel. I hope you find it helpful. I am very grateful that you found it. If you're returning, I'm glad you came back. I invite you, if you haven't yet, to subscribe to my channel and like this video. I would really appreciate the support. All right, let's get into this. Got a frog today. All right, number 1. So the first thing an INFJ, an autistic INFJ, can do to bring more happiness to their life is fully accepting who we are. This is huge because many of us, we do not accept at all who we are. Actually, many of us hate who we are. I was one of them. I hated myself so bad I couldn't even look into a mirror. We spend what feels like a lifetime struggling to fit in, to be accepted, to not be rejected, all that sort of thing, right? Accepting our personality, our quirks, our strengths, our weaknesses without judgment is freeing and it's essential. Just think of how good it would feel to lose that weight of being embarrassed of who you are. I was so embarrassed of who I was, and it was a huge weight when I finally just let it go and I accepted myself for who I was, who I am. It was a huge weight lifted off me. Just imagine what that would feel like for you, accepting who you are, and it is fine. We are amazing people. Accept who you are. Number 2, setting healthy boundaries. And this is scary. This can be very scary for INFJs. We struggle with boundaries. We don't like it. Some of us have very negative thoughts around boundaries, but we can get easily overwhelmed by other people's needs and emotions. Setting boundaries, it isn't bad, it isn't selfish, but it is crucial for our well-being so that we are not getting overwhelmed by other people's needs. We are not overextending ourselves and we are not getting exhausted, so exhausted that we can't show up for the things that we really want to do. We're always doing for everybody else. Number 3, the third thing an INFJ and autistic INFJ can do to bring more happiness to their life is, and this is a huge one, allowing and feeling emotions for healing. This is very big. We often carry deep emotions that we might not always feel, or we might not allow to feel or express, or maybe we were never allowed to express them growing up. This is very common for not just in the INFJ community, but for people in general. Generation back, it's becoming more popular now that they've done research that, you know what, we need to express those emotions. We need to feel them because when they sit inside of us, they cause so much damage, so much sickness. But generations before all of this science and research thought emotions were a sign of weakness. So for many of us, if you're around my age, that's what you were raised to believe, is that showing emotion was weakness. It was a sign of maybe disrespect, but it's essential. We need to feel them. We need to allow them to come, to flow through our body. And really, once we start doing that, it really only takes roughly about 90 seconds to experience a very uncomfortable emotion and just experience and let it go out. 90 seconds, that's it. And it will be gone. When it does come back, it will be weaker and weaker each time it comes back and we can handle that when it becomes weaker, right? Number 4, I could rant about number 3 for a long time. I find it fascinating and it has helped me so much. Number 4, the fourth thing an INFJ can do, an autistic INFJ can do to find happiness, to bring more happiness in their life, is finding purpose in life. This is a big one too, and we are always struggling to find our purpose. Many of us, We thrive when we have a strong sense of purpose and feel that our actions are meaningful. So I don't know about you, but I have been stuck in a mundane job where I did not understand really what my purpose was. Like, I really felt that if I didn't show up for work that day, nobody would really notice and nothing would be forgotten, or the world would keep on spinning, kind of thing. I know that's kind of an exaggeration, but it's true. That's how I felt, and it almost killed me. It was horrible. I hated that job so bad. I really needed purpose. I know what it feels like to not have purpose. It's a very dark place for an INFJ to be. We feel frustrated. We come down on ourselves. Lots of negative thoughts about ourselves and negative inner dialogue start. So to find purpose, explore causes, projects, goals, things that truly resonate with you. It doesn't have to be related to your career. It could be a hobby that you enjoy. It could be something that you volunteer at. Okay, if your job you don't find really brings you a whole lot of purpose, look into volunteering or something on the side that really ignites your passion, that's going to bring you purpose. Because once we get that and we start flowing in and having purpose, everything about our life starts to change. We start to see things at a complete different perspective from a much more positive angle. And that right there is golden when we can do that. Because when we're stuck in a life where we're searching for purpose, we cannot see positivity. We struggle with it. I know, I've been there. Number 5, spending time in nature. I do this all the time. I spend a lot of time in nature, although the last few days, and I am really feeling it, I just realized that my curtain is falling off my window. That's what caught my eye. I need to fix that. And my dog is here to visit. Spending time, the last few days, I haven't been able to go out in nature. I always say we live in the boondocks. I live quite a ways from our town and surrounded by forest. Sorry, my dog is shaking his head now. It's making a lot of noise. We're surrounded by forest, and I absolutely love it because it's really secluded. However, wild animals come with that. So we've had a cougar come into our yard, and sadly, the cougar took one of my ducks. It took my little duck. Her name was Summer, and she was a timid little thing. Poor little thing. Anyway, I know it's been in our yard, and we can hear it because they scream. They scream like a blood-curdling scream. So I haven't been able to go out into nature. This is like completely, well, no, it's not off topic, but this is a little story I'm sharing. I haven't been able to go out in nature, and I'm really feeling it because I really love spending time out in the forest and around my ponds. And, I like following little game trails, but I've lost my nerve now that I know the cougar is out there, and he knows, or she knows. I'm not sure if it's male or female. I think it's a female because I think it has babies with them, but I'm not sure. But it knows that I have ducks and chickens. So I'm sure it's still hanging around because that's an easy way to get food. But I have them locked up and they're safe now, so it can't get them. But spending time in nature provides peaceful, grounding environment for us, and it's very relaxing and calming. And it's going to give us energy. It will boost us up. It's going to make us feel a lot better. That's why I spend so much time in nature. I recharge out there. That's like plugging in and recharging my battery. I go out to nature and I stay off my phone. I take my phone with me because my family makes me. Just in case I'm treed by a wild animal, at least I can phone. But I just go out and I enjoy. I enjoy the sounds. I enjoy everything about it, and it's so rejuvenating. Number 6, the 6th thing an INFJ can do to bring more happiness to their life is building connections with like-minded people. So people like yourself. And you're probably thinking, well, where do we find people like ourselves? Because that was a huge struggle for me. They're out there. Go to where you would want to go. So don't go to places where you think you should go because that's what's normal on society's standards. Does that make sense? Go to places that you're drawn to. Even if it's not, say it's Friday night and you don't want to go to the sports lounge, or you don't want to go to your friend's house. You want to go to a museum, or you want to go to the library where it's quiet and just hang out, chances are people like yourself are going to be there because they don't want to go to like the sports lounge. They don't want to go to a friend's house where there's a whole bunch of talking going on. They want to go where it's quiet too. So that's where you're going to find your people, is the places you're really drawn to, even though society doesn't think that that's normal to do on an evening. I struggle with that lots because society puts us in a box of what's normal and what's not. And I really dislike that because everybody is so different. And I don't think that I know that it's not healthy to force ourselves to do things that we don't want to do just to be accepted. So just burn that box and go to what really resonates with you. Like I said, maybe it's spending time in a museum. Maybe it's not going to the noisy sports lounge. Maybe it's like a piano bar where you can listen to amazing piano music or something like that, like whatever resonates with you. That's where you're going to seek out the people who truly get you, where you're going to be accepted and you're not going to feel like an alien. Also, I do hold connection circles for this. I don't have one. I did have one going for November, but it's already started. November's already started. December, I don't think that I'm going to run my connection circle. I think because it's a very busy month for people, but I think I'm going to hold a drop-in. So it'll be 1 or 2 days in December for an hour. It's virtual. You can just drop in one of the days and meet people like yourself. Anyway, I haven't completely decided on that. I probably shouldn't even brought it up, but I wanted to share it with you because actually I would love your feedback. If you'd be interested in just a drop-in for an hour, one random day in December to connect with other people, like other INFJs and autistic INFJs. Okay, let me know in the comments if it's something that would interest you. Or you can email me if you don't want to comment. My email's in the description of this video. Number 7. This is a big one too, as well. It's not number 2, it's number 7. It's a big one as well. Practicing self-compassion. We often hold ourselves at high standards, INFJs do, which leads us to self-criticism when we fall short. Lots of times we will set goals so high that we cannot achieve these goals. There is no way that we can achieve them because many of us are driven to prove ourselves, or our perfectionism is getting the best of us. And we think that having this outrageous goal and pushing ourselves to meet it, even though we know we're not going to meet it, is a form of self-care. We're doing ourselves a favor, but it's actually the opposite. It is not. When we fall short, it will trigger that harsh inner dialogue. It's going to make us feel bad about ourselves. So have self-compassion. Don't set those high of goals. Set smaller ones and then celebrate when you achieve them. Self-compassion allows us to be gentle with ourselves, especially in challenging moments. So if we fall short on goals, don't get mad at yourself. Look at how far you've come. Maybe you didn't achieve that goal or do whatever it was that you wanted to do, but you worked at it, you showed up. Be kind to yourself and say, hey, you know what? I showed up. No, I didn't achieve what I want to do, but I showed up. Do you know lots of people won't even show up? They'll set goals and they don't even show up for their goals because it's just daunting, it's scary, and that fear of failure is very, very, very powerful. And that is not just with INFJs, that is with lots of people. When we have that fear of failure, it will stop us from even showing up. So even if you've just shown up, be kind to yourself and acknowledge that I showed up. Treat yourself with the same kind of kindness and understanding that you would other people. That's what I always think. When my inner dialogue starts up and I'm like, would I say this to like Jay? No, I would never say that to any. I wouldn't say it to my worst enemy. Okay, Trina, then why are we saying it to myself? We're not going to do that. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know if it was. Again, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Feel free to share it. The more times it's shared, the more INFJs we get to help. And that's what it's about. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again with another video. We'll have another video real soon. Take care. Bye for now.